The Emerald City, Seattle, once gleamed with the promise of wonder and ambition. When eerie emerald auroras ignited the sky, a cataclysm split the earth, unleashing walls of roiling water that swallowed entire neighborhoods and toppled skyscrapers into fragile relics of hubris. 6 months on, the streets still whisper of agony and loss. Amid ash and ruin, reconstruction falters and unseen horrors claim the night. Their black parade marches through ruins, preying on the living. Sorcerers wield forbidden magic, blood-starved vampires and ravenous shapeshifters roam freely beneath the cursed green glow. Pulsing overhead, the auroras serve as a sickly beacon to the darkness thriving below. Yet, there are a few who do not yield to desolation. Hunters rise, armed with blade and conviction, and a vow to drive these monsters back into the shadows. But when hope feels like a cruel joke, can one soul make a difference? Seattle, under its haunting emerald sky, awaits your courage. Step into Seattle Falling Tide, a HuntertheReckoning chronicle.
Hello, and welcome to the Dahlia World Garden presents Seattle Falling Tide, a HuntertheReckoning chronicle. I am the caretaker of the Dahlia World Garden, and I am here to play a World of Darkness game with my friends. If you like this material that we're putting out, or if you like watch other actual plays, we have a couple others out there featuring Daggerheart. We also have one featuring Mage the Ascension, and at some point there's going to be some more Werewolf the Apocalypse. So we like to play games, obviously, and we like to share it with you. So before it gets too long-winded, because I can do that at times, I'm going to hand it over to our guest storyteller tonight, Sleepy. Sleepy, go ahead and take it away.
I am Sleepy. I will be your storyteller. I do want to give the warning that this is a suspense.
Hey, Future Tim here, jumping in as we had a tech glitch that erased what Sleepy is about to say. Essentially, this is a game that draws on the darker, more sinister aspects of our lives and mythologies. Our story may contain mature themes, including but not limited to body horror, graphic violence, blood, death, mental illness, power imbalances, sexual themes, and social injustice. Please watch at your discretion and take a break if you need to. We have a system of lines and veils here to ensure player safety, and we do respect them throughout the story. And with that out of the way, I'll hand the reins over to Storyteller Sleepy so we can tell a hunter story.
With that said, I'm going to bring it over to our players, and let's start with Calon.
Hi, I'm Calon. I play Martin Sherman, a scorned and very angry musician.
I'm Cindy. I will be playing Dr. Evelyn Talbot, who is an anthropologist and a university teacher who is extremely upset about losing a few students to something she can't really explain.
And then let's go to Scot.
I'm Scot, and I am playing Draven Crawford, an ex-police officer who is dealing with personal and literal demons.
Awesome. So we are going to.
I'm
oh yeah, I'm not used to you being a player in these games.
Exactly.
Tim?
Hi. As you may have saw me just a few minutes ago, I am Tim. I am happy to be playing here. I will be playing Jessica Winters.
Who sounds like this. She is a young hunter. She had a terrible experience several years ago. She's been trying to put her life back together ever since. There we go.
All right, so Martin, Draven, and Dr. Talbot, you have been working together as a hunter cell on, we'll say, 2 hunts, so you've got some experience together. Enough that you would consider yourselves a group, not just a collection of hunters. you have been put in contact with someone who wants you to meet with a new, never been tested hunter named Jessica. And they recommend meeting at FDR's, which is a known hunter hangout. It's a dive bar in Soto, and it's a place that you know you can go to for information or to meet other hunters, a safe place to recuperate. And I'm going to do fancy stuff, if I can remember how to do fancy stuff, and bringing us to the FDR exterior. So are you all going to arrive together? Are you going to meet there?
I would imagine probably Evelyn wants to meet everybody there. She's probably coming straight from the university.
Martin's probably got a gig that he's coming from, so he'd meet him there.
Wait.
Jessica
Sounds
got
good to
there early and just playing the arcades in the back.
Wait. All right. And then, so once you all arrive, you've been given a description, but not a picture of Jessica. You would know that in like hunter culture, giving out pictures of other hunters is like big no-no. You can know each other, but documentation of you being hunters, that's not okay. So let me move the screen again. I don't know why I didn't just bring it straight here. You did not move my screen. Find yourselves inside of FDR's, the Hunter Dive Bar, and easily spot Jessica. Jessica, what are you doing? You're just playing games?
Yeah, I'm just I'm playing Galaga.
Good choice. Yeah, you easily spot her playing Galaga. Almost made you roll to see how you're doing.
Evelyn will approach her kind of off to the side so she can see me approaching. And pause, just out of arm's reach. Are you Jessica?
Yeah, Jessica, hold on 1 second. I'm really not good at this game.
We'll be over here at this table.
Are you? Oh, did she? There was aside. Yeah, no. Where are we going? I nice to meet you. I'm Jessica. What's yours?
I'm Dr. Talbot.
Dr.
Come on
Talbot.
over.
Oh, I'm. Yeah, absolutely. You lead the way.
The leader over to an empty table, or if the guys are sitting at a table.
Yeah, Jessica is a short, blonde girl. She's got a couple of streaks of red in her hair. Currently wearing them up in like little fun buns, and has very baggy pants, big boots. Definitely into that alt style. She's got like several different necklaces. Wearing kind of a dark gray, black tank top. Her arms. You see that she's got some, the start of a sleeve, that a young, someone in their young, 20s is going to be getting.
Evelyn is wearing a button-down blouse and black slacks and flats. She just came from the university, so she was teaching a class. And she's got her hair in a bun on the back of her head.
Martin is wearing a like a business casual sort of outfit. He just got in from a gig, so he's got like a t-shirt on, but like a suit jacket over it to dress it up, and he's wearing slacks too. And he keeps his hair short and styled.
I had to think for a moment what Draven looked like, because that is something I never think about with characters. Draven is sitting there in a pair of jeans and a t-shirt that says, "I'd agree with you, but then we'd both be wrong."
Oh, Lord.
So, hi. So we got the Doc, and we got, you said Martin?
Yes, ma'am.
Excellent. And Mr. Crawford. Do you prefer Mr. or Sir or Sergeant? Draven? Okay. Well, so, I guess we should, talk a bit. Like, I mean, I know the same things that I think you know. And I have something I gotta take care of, and I might need some backup today, and you know, I do a good job with some really dope shit. I can make some weapons for you, or you know, like I've studied and I've been able to make some cool stuff. And maybe we could work together or something. I just thought it would be really nice to work with somebody for once.
It is a little safer to work with others as well. What have you studied?
Oh, well, I mean, I like a lot of it. I mean, I wouldn't say like, but I was always kind of curious, you know? And I ended up doing some stupid stuff a few years back, and well, anyway, I started looking into it, I started studying, and I learned a lot about, like, ghosts, and, like, you know, haunted houses, and all sorts of, like, really, you know, like, just dark stuff. And then there was something about, like, you know, werewolves were real, and, like, you know, there was some other things out there that were just as bad, or worse. Started getting scarier. Ghosts, I can handle. Ghosts make sense. But I don't know about some of this other stuff.
Well, that's fair enough, and you're right about pretty much everything you mentioned.
It's right about this time that Jessica notices a older gentleman waving to her from across the bar. And you would recognize this gentleman as Thomas, someone that you have been talking to, trying to get information on your particular problem.
Excuse me, yeah, this happens sometimes. I'll be right back. And, Jessica will walk over.
Thomas, as long as Roll20 did what it's supposed to, looks like that.
Hi, Tom. Love the shirt.
Thanks. I got it at a thrift store. On to
I can tell.
Slightly more... yeah, it doesn't quite fit. On to other more work-related subjects. I got some information on how to deal with and setting free that spirit.
Oh, you did? You actually got...
Yeah.
Oh my god. Thank you, Todd. I owe you. I owe you. Seriously, I owe you.
Oh, you do, and I will remember this.
All right. Well, what do we got?
So he slides over a manila envelope that's full of like notebook paper and like printed out pictures. This is the ritual. You'll have to do this, but to do it, you need to find whatever object is binding her to the place she's in.
Yeah. I figured. Okay. Well, Tom, this is the best. No cap, man, it's amazing. All right. Let me. What else do you get? So.
Best advice: you've got 2 days to the new moon. That's going to be the best time to do it.
So timer, got it. Okay. Well, thank you again. Thank you so much, Tom. And I'll be available if you need anything. Yeah, you have my number.
Yeah, and if I can't get you on your number, I have other ways to get a hold of you.
Repeat. See ya.
Yep. And he wanders back off to whatever he was doing in the bar before.
While Jessica is away from the table, Evelyn kind of leans in with the others and goes, "She seems awfully young."
I mean, nobody's exactly immune from being in contact with the supernatural, despite age.
No, it's just, I wonder if what we're doing is really aligned with what she needs to do. And also, she just seems very young.
Yeah, but she is an adult, all things considered.
Draven shrugs and points out most rookies are.
Well, I suppose you're not wrong about that.
Everybody's got to start from somewhere.
Oh, hi guys. I'm starving. Yeah, have you had the fries here? Fucking awesome.
No, I usually just drink here, but I could go for some fries.
Evelyn,
Go for it.
Evelyn waves a waiter down. I assume they've got somebody wandering around the tables.
Yeah, just Frank, who is the bar owner, and he wanders over with this look on his face of like, did you really just wave me over here? But that's almost his normal expression. And you all would know that Frank is a semi-retired hunter who opened this bar to be a gathering place for people in the know.
Hey, Frank, can we get a couple of orders of fries to share over here?
Yeah, I can do that. I'll yell at the kitchen. And he literally yells over his shoulder, "I need 4 orders of fries!" And then just wanders off.
And that's Frank for you.
Yeah, I love him. All right, so, what y'all into?
I'm a jazz vocalist, if that's what you mean. But if you mean like other stuff, most of my knowledge comes from what I know about vampires.
I have questions, but I'll save it. It's not the right night. Save it. The jazz musician. That's cool. There are a lot of like work to be found around here. Is just like, the New Orleans of the Pacific Northwest.
Only in how, or only because this place is so densely populated, but yeah, we do well enough. We're relatively well known, I suppose, at least within the jazz community. Just came from a gig earlier, actually.
Oh, dope. So, I guess things are kind of getting back to normal then. If people are playing jazz concerts, after that earthquake.
Yeah, there was a while there where there wasn't any work, but, everybody was kind of trying to focus on surviving. So, but everybody needs a little bit of relief from the stresses of everyday life, and music, especially jazz, is that for a lot of people.
I just like to go to the clubs. Not quite the same, relaxed atmosphere as jazz can be, but it's certainly, working up a sweat, getting into the crowd, that can release all my stress. They just reopened Club 206. I'm sorry, 206. They would hit me over the head with a 2x4 if I sent it the other way.
Never been, but everybody's got their favorite stress relief.
Yeah? What do you do for a good time, Doc?
I'm pretty boring by comparison. I like to read.
What you reading lately?
Lately, it's been everything I can find about what happened around here and the things we've all discovered go bump in the night.
I'd like to take a look at some of those books sometime. I got so much energy. I barely sleep. So if you got books, I'll read them.
You mentioned something about you make weapons? What sort of weapons are we talking about?
So, ghosts in particular are very susceptible to, superstitious things and, some rituals and some, symbolism is a very big thing for them. And I've been working on, etching and carving in certain, I'm not sure how to describe certain qualities to weapons that help you deal with the more problematic ghosts. I got these ribbons that I wear around my wrists too that, sometimes can, if you can't hold on to a weapon, because poltergeists are quite ferocious with objects, I was able to kind of hold my own. So, been studying that for a couple of years now. Just trying to, make sure that when you are confronted with the spooky ghost, you can handle yourself. It's like mace.
What kind of materials do you carve into?
It depends on what the book says. I'm not naturally gifted or anything like that. I just, read a lot of things. So if it calls for etchings in jade or being sewn with silver or with some sort of concoction made out of wolf's bane or whatever. I just do what I read and try it out a few times, and it's been pretty successful. What about you? How are you, Draven, right? Draven.
Yeah. How old are you again?
My ID says 25.
Martin gives an amused chuckle. Your ID says 25.
Mhm.
And your actual age?
I've had her for about 4 years. You can do the math.
Okay.
Tempted to ask to see the ID, but Draven just continues sipping his beer. I was thinking about buying a drone.
A drone? For a hobby or for...
Yeah. Well, she asked what I'm into.
Yeah, that's fair. Flying drones can be pretty fun.
You know, the actual... Well, I'm sure the books are detailed. You'll find out soon enough.
So far, it's been pretty good. Yeah. I mean, admittedly, this is, something that I just started a few years ago, and it's been really trying to make sure I don't rush into things.
That is a smart move.
Evelyn reaches into her waistband at her lower back, pulls out a small pistol. Okay. I knew I was going to do that, the push to talk thing. Evelyn reaches behind her back, pulls out a small pistol from her waistband, ejects the magazine and clears the chamber, locks it back, and lays that on the table as she feeds the ejected round into the magazine. What would you do with this, Jessica, if you were to enhance it?
I mean, if you were planning on, using the gun as a hammer against a ghost, I mean, I could do something with that. But I would actually probably do something with the bullets instead. That's the actual weapon.
And what would you do with them?
I mean, depends on certain things, but from what I've read, you could, put certain symbols on the bullets. And dip it in this potion that will then give the bullets what they call spiritual weight, and that will then it won't kill a ghost because you can't kill a ghost, but it will certainly help sever their ties to this plane, at least temporarily. From what I understand, they are kind of permanently, stuck here unless they're released. And there's a couple different ways that you can do that, from what I understand. There's good ways and bad ways, and sometimes it doesn't matter. You just need to survive. Other times, I mean, you want to release somebody in a respectful and enduring way. And sometimes the gun isn't necessary. Sometimes, just carrying important. I'm sorry. Are these fries here yet?
Yeah, actually, not long after you say that, Frank kind of waves from the bar. Doctor, your food's ready.
Evelyn puts the magazine back in the pistol, puts a round back in the chamber, safety on, back in the holster at her waistband, and she moves her blouse to hide it and goes up to the bar to collect the baskets of fries.
And these are like classic dive bar fries. They're like greasy. Just looking at them, you know they're going to be crispy, and they're set on the tray like a waiter was going to bring them to you, but there's no waiter.
Evelyn picks up the tray and takes it back to the table.
Just gonna grab sweet fries and dump some inordinate amount of ketchup on them.
Your fries are no longer crispy.
That's why. Did they hold up a bit?
Evelyn nibbles a bit and then swallows a bite and asks, have you tried studying, I guess, your symbols that might affect other creatures than ghosts?
Well, I've been primarily concerned with ghosts, but I know how this world is, and it's gotten worse since the earthquake, and so I've been thinking about, because I've seen some shit, and there are, werewolves or whatnot. From what I've read, silver is a good way to own it. Doesn't really help with, the integrity of a bullet. I mean, a silver bullet is just, you wouldn't want to use it against anybody, but I guess, yes, the werewolves don't like it. Same thing with other issues. Silver's same as the best with them. At least that's what I've read. Now, vampires, I don't know. I mean, they seem to be kind of the top of the food chain when it comes to all that supernatural stuff. They're on tough nut to crack. I don't have. There's not a lot out there about them that I've found that is a surefire thing.
That's because there's a lot of different types of vampires.
Well, that's why I have some Crawford for you. Really good for us.
For anyone that's eating them, they are really good fries.
Yeah, Martin's sort of idly nibbling every once in a while.
They are exactly what you need when you have been drinking way too much at a bar for people who have seen way too much.
So, just finished meeting with my contact, Thomas, over there. I don't know, have you guys ever met Tom? It doesn't matter. He's going to hell anyway. This might be maybe a short notice. I could use your help. Need somebody to watch my back. I've got something to take care of in a night or two.
I assume it's ghost related.
Yeah, you could say that.
What exactly do you have to take care of?
Not to get too far into my history or backstory, but there's a girl who's been dead for decades now, and she's trapped. She's trapped in a horrible place that she should never have been stuck in, and a few years ago I met this girl, and she's really nice, she's super sweet, and she doesn't deserve to be stuck as she is. And the other wraiths, ghosts, whatever you want to call them, the other beings that surround her have kept her there intentionally. And just because they're stuck there doesn't mean that she has to be. And eventually she's gonna let go, she's gonna fall into oblivion, and I that's what she called it. And I don't want that for her. I don't want that for anybody, but she helped me at one point a long time ago. And yeah, it's I think I owe her, so I found a way to free her. And best chance opportunity that I have to do that is like now.
You're sure she wants to move on?
Given the alternatives, I don't really care if she wants it or not.
Are you ready to do whatever it is you have to do?
Been working on it for a few years now.
I meant,
Talking
do
to
you
you.
have all of your components and...
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that I've got.
Evelyn reaches into her little purse. She's carrying a very small one. And pulls out her business card from the university, slides it across the table to Jessica. You can reach me here when you know where you need to, what you need. I'm willing to help. You guys, up to you, but I'm going to help.
I mean, I've never actually seen anything about ghosts, so I'm in for an educational experience.
That just leaves you, big man.
I'm in.
I'm assuming the other, whatever they are in this place, are probably going to fight you.
Not to paint too pretty a picture, but yeah, that would be my experience as well. So, this is excellent. I'm so happy that the girl, her name's Tiffany. She died long time ago, back in the 70s. I can go over this stuff later. Yeah. But we can talk about the details. I guess this is probably not the best place to do that. I mean, it's a good place, but I don't know if the Frank, it rules.
Well, it is probably better not to have the conversation here. Exactly when do you need to do whatever this thing is?
before the moon. So 2 days. Probably best to do it 2 days from.
Okay, why don't we meet up tomorrow? And she looks at the other two.
I've got nothing on.
Excellent.
Sure.
I will. Where do I go? I mean, they got the card for Denver.
Yeah, put that number in your phone. I'll give you a call tomorrow afternoon. We'll talk about it, where we want to meet, and get in touch with you. How about that?
Lit.
Okay. Let me get your number in that case.
Yeah, she easily. It's like, she reaches for your phone. I'll just put it in your phone.
I unlock it and open it to the contacts and start a new contact.
Yep,
And then turn it around and lay it on there.
Yeah, she takes it and she quickly types out Jessica Winters and her phone number. Turns it back around. There you go.
Excellent. You will be hearing from us probably tomorrow mid-morning sometime.
Can't wait. She grabs one of the extra baskets of fries and she's like, I'll catch you guys tomorrow. And she walks out. Leaving you with the bill.
Fully expected that.
Classic college students.
Every group's got one. It's usually my character.
Yes, well, somebody had to fill that gap. Evelyn goes up to settle the bill with Frank. And then when she's done, comes back to the table. Do we want to invite her to our place?
I mean, we've got gear there. Might be just the smart idea. Maybe.
It'd be easier to take a look at what she can do.
That's true, and it would give her time to do whatever she needs to do to whatever gear she tells us we need to take.
That's a good point, actually. She could show us, because she said she was prepared for this, right?
I question that, but mostly because when my students tell me they're fully prepared, they pull all-nighters.
I remember those days. I mean, yeah, couldn't hurt to see what she can do.
Okay, well then I will give her a call and maybe pick her up and bring her in. Unless one of you wants to do that.
I've got a thing.
Well, I figured we'd be doing it in the afternoon. What time is your thing?
Two.
So before then or after?
After.
What time's a good time then?
Well, 2:05. It'll be short.
You are the smartass sitting in the back of my classroom making comments. All right. I'll pick her up and bring her in at 2:30. How about that?
2:30.
That works for me.
All right. I'll see you knuckleheads then.
So
What did I do?
in between your meeting with Jessica and now, is there anything anyone else wants to do to try to prepare themselves for his encounter with spirits.
I think Martin would want to go and just gear himself up for in case there's more than just spirits. Not like too crazy, but he'd probably want to grab a pistol and a knife. Otherwise, he might grab something that for him is kind of a symbol of protection.
Is this like an actual symbol of protection or more like a security item?
I think it's a necklace. It's a necklace with a pentacle on it.
Okay. So it itself is not inherently like enchanted or anything, but it is a like holy symbol.
Yes.
Okay.
Evelyn also has one that she wears. It's a triple moon thing, but she's always wearing it, so that's not special to pick up for her. She will also be carrying her little pistols. She's never without it. She went out of her way to get a permit for it. And she probably will go into the library and see what she can find out about ghosts, just kind of over the next, until a decent hour tonight, get some decent rest, and probably pull a few books to be looked over in the next, 24, 48 hours.
Okay. What about Draven?
This is somewhat out of his wheelhouse. So to be completely honest, he would, I don't know what he would do.
Doing nothing is an option.
He'll just be there promptly ready to see if she's actually telling the truth on what she can do.
All right. So we're going to get the first die roll of the, dice pool roll, because World of Darkness, of the Chronicle. And I'm going to have Evelyn roll me intelligence plus investigation while you're reading up on spirits and ghosts and things of that nature.
I don't remember how to read this.
Okay, so you have dots next to the skill or the attribute and skill. You're going to add those together. That's going to equal the number of D10s. 6s and aboves are successes. 2 10s is a critical and counts as 2 successes, and 1s cancel out successes.
Okay, I'm using the character sheet, and I had 4 flames.
I'm actually unfamiliar with this character sheet.
Yes. That's my problem. I don't remember how to read the dice.
Okay. Blank face means no success. A flame is a standard success. And the larger flames are the 10s. And if you have 2 of those, that's a critical.
Well, they were all the same size. So
that's like 4 successes.
Hang on a second here. I believe that's correct.
Okay. You are able to find out that it is possible to release a spirit from wherever it is bound, both in a violent and painful manner and in a more peaceful, helping them move on kind of manner. Many different religions and cultures have their own way of doing both of those. You're able to find pretty weak descriptions of how all of that works, but it all seems to be some sort of either banishment ritual or essentially a untethering.
So I have basic general information.
Yeah, and then you also are able to find through some of your ability as a hunter to filter through what's like folklore and what's probably real, that for the most part, you're probably not going to be able to physically interact with these ghosts. And they may be able to physically interact with you, depending on how strong they are.
Okay, so one of Evelyn's stops in the morning before she picks Jessica up will be at a church with a baptismal font out front. She's going to collect some holy water and at least 5 bottles, little bottle things.
Like little airplane shot glasses or shot bottles. Cool. Let me make a note. All right. Anything anyone else, including Jessica, want to do before the meeting?
Sure. Yeah, I would just try to weaponize a few things, maybe a couple of daggers and my own wrist wraps, just making sure that they're good to go.
All right, I need to look at that because that's a perk. And that's your... I lost your character sheet.
Well, I have the repel the unnatural perk.
Yeah. And it should have a dice pool built into it for using it.
Yeah, it's either resolve plus occult or science, depending on which one. In this case, it would be occult.
Yep.
And yeah, we don't have any desperation. This would fall within my creed field, but that kind of a point.
Oh, that is because I forgot to do that. With the ticking clock of having only 2 days really to be able to take care of this, I am going to raise your desperation. Where's that? To 1. Oh, nope, that's danger. We're not doing that.
Okay. So yeah, that makes my dice pool 5, with one of them being any desperation die. Okay. That's 2 successes, but also a exclamation point on the desperation.
Okay. Let me double check because that does mean something.
Mm-hmm.
Rules of the Reckoning. You know, it seems like I didn't just fully read this entire chapter twice in the last week, but oof, this PDF is rough. It takes so long to load every page. Okay, so you are going to have a bit of an overreach. You are able to get your all of your items properly, to the best of your knowledge, prepared. But I'm going to raise the danger by 1, as It is, that any ghost will know that these things are dangerous to them. It is clear, and they give off a, like, even you can feel the menace behind these weapons.
Mm. Well, do what you can.
All right, and if there's nothing else anyone wants to do, we can skip ahead to Dr. Talbot picking up Jessica.
Where are you picking me up at?
Wherever Jessica wanted to be picked up from. So wherever that would have been. Dr. Talbot would not have pushed on that front.
Okay. Yeah, it's just a outside one of the clubs in the area. Just one that she knows that she goes to fairly regularly. She's got some inside friends, and you see her like stepping out a little more covered up than before. She wasn't she's wearing a jacket over her tank top. She's got you can see some bandages for like boxing underneath her long sleeve jacket there, and her hair is a bit more tousled than the day before, and you can see that she probably hasn't slept a whole lot. But she comes greeting you with a big smile and carrying a duffel bag, and they're also wearing her own little like smaller backpack, but you can tell that it's stuffed. Hey.
Okay. Hi.
Hey, Ev.
What was that?
I said, hey, Ev.
Hi. Go ahead and throw your stuff in the back and climb on in.
Excellent. She throws an into the back, and the two bags sit back there. She plops on the passenger seat next to you. Ooh, last night, that DJ. Oh, I got going. I stayed up for hours afterwards, working on some of these things.
Did you get any sleep?
Not like a cat nap?
You might want to do a little more than that tonight if we've got things going tomorrow night. Evelyn rolled up in a kind of older model, pretty battered Jeep. It's clearly seen some things. This is obviously not a shiny new anything. It's a workhorse, and it's really obvious. Ev today is wearing a tank top under a floppy cotton button-down that's a little faded and obviously really soft from use, and cargo pants and boots. And once Jessica's in her seat and buckled in, she takes off for the safe house.
I don't have a cool background for the safe house, so we'll just use the standard background. And yeah, the drive to the safe house goes as you would expect. It's Seattle traffic at 2:00 in the afternoon.
So annoying, but not nightmarish.
Yeah, and none of the roads make sense. Everything's backwards. And you arrive at the safe house, which, Jessica, this is your first time here, and you see a large house. It's old. It's not in like disrepair, but it could use some love.
I love it. It's like the Addams Family house.
Evelyn laughs. Come on in. Everybody should be here and ready to
Pete?
talk through this. Evelyn leads her inside.
Yeah, and the house is not Spartan, but very sparsely decorated, and looks like it was decorated maybe in the 70s and never messed with. This looks like an old person's home.
Did we decide if it has a war room? I don't remember what all we ended up with as far as features.
Judge based on I forgot the character, on Connor and his father, I guarantee there is a it's not an actual war room, a room that is dedicated as a war room space.
Okay, so that's where I lead Jessica to, because I figured the others are probably waiting in there to have the meeting.
Yeah, Jessica walking through the house with a duffel bag that's like the same size as her. On one shoulder, a tiny like suit backpack, in the other shoulder. She just kind of wobbles her way through.
Are the other two of you in the war room?
Yeah, Martin's probably chilling on his phone, probably texting his bandmates about he's gonna be out for the rest of today, but he'll be around the following day for rehearsals and scheduling stuff.
Wait.
I'm
Draven
assuming
is
in
there.
this. Assuming there's like a table. You're in the.
Yeah. What does this war room look like? How officially war room does it look?
I'm kind of imagining a big, I don't want to say necessarily square, but a substantial table kind of in the middle. Some vaguely random, like a couch and a couple of like chairs that are only semi-comfortable scattered around the edges of the room. And then probably some shelves or cabinets where maps and other bits and bobs are probably stored. And I'm going to imagine also a corkboard up. And depending on if we have an ongoing investigation happening right now, it may or may not have a bunch of stuff tacked up on it.
Sweet. No, at the moment you are not actively hunting anything. So I would assume the corkboard maybe has a map of the Soto area where you tend to stay, but not. There's no like pending anything on it.
Jessica plops the big duffel bag on the table. She's like, "Here's some things that I've made, but just last night." She unzips the bag and she pulls out like 4 dirks, kind of like dagger types. And they're all sheathed, and she pulls them out. Like, I got these very cheap, but I went ahead and I inlaid them with some bronze and some silver etchings. And from what I know, or from what I've learned, is that this will help keep a supernatural being at bay. If you unsheath it and you can try to attack with it. I mean, obviously it was show, but it's more for show than anything. So hopefully they get the message. And and she just kind of hands one out to each of you and holds one for herself. And then I got, some of my gear here, just, clothing, to like, make sure that I don't get, tetanus or whatever.
PPE is always a good thing to have.
Evelyn pulls out 4 vials of the holy water she picked up, and hands them out. I picked this up this morning. It's holy water. I don't know how much help it will be, but it might.
Work.
All right. So Jessica has some information about Glacier High School. It is an abandoned high school in the Highline District. Is that what we said?
It is.
In the Highline District, it was abandoned in the 80s, and has just kind of been left to sit there. None of you are from that area, right? Okay. So, yeah, kind of lays out, like, it looks like a hand-drawn attempt at blueprints of the school, like a rough layout of what it is, and a spot circle that says Tiffany here. And that is in the cafeteria.
So, as you guys see, I've been to the school a couple times, once, a long time ago. But I mean, the floor plans have been the same since BMO was built, and so I looked these up. And when I met Jessica, it was here in the cafeteria. It's pretty rough. It's definitely it's been standing for. Oh gosh, I mean, I think they built it sometime in the 60s. I don't know why they haven't demolished the place yet. Honestly, it's in bad shape. Pretty dangerous. But yeah, that's where we need to go to find Jessica. Or sorry, find Tiffany and Jessica. But we also gotta find her anchor. That's there.
Her anchor? Do you know what that is?
You do not.
Not quite sure. Could be a lot of things. Yeah, it's gonna be something personally important to her. From what I know, it sounds like the other spirits around her have been keeping it from her.
Would it have to be near her, or could it be anywhere in the school?
As long as it is on the grounds of the school, it would work as a tether. But for the ritual, you would have to bring it to her.
I was thinking about this, guys. What if we dealt with what's keeping her in place first? Or at least tried to. So that way, she's not being held back, and if she still can move on, she can do that, and then if she still needs our help, we can help her.
Jessica, you would know that would require essentially doing the same thing for every spirit that is causing a problem.
It's a good idea, Marty, but it's kind of hard to find a anchor for every spirit that's gonna be in this school. There must be some bad shit that happened here. Were this
I guess
many
so.
trapped spirits, I guess. I don't know. But, yeah, I mean... I don't know. I mean, it's kind of exciting. It's a little new for everyone, I guess.
We've never focused solely on spirits.
Mm.
Most of us are involved with more tangible physical beings.
Did Tiffany ever tell you her last name?
Let me consult my notes.
I
And knock over a bunch of stuff. She did not.
don't know it. I don't know it. She never told me.
Well, then maybe that's something we can learn while we're there.
While everyone is talking, Draven wants to send a text message to somebody.
Okay. Are you being discreet about it, or are you just pulling your phone out and shooting a text?
He's had his phone out in his hands, just sort of maybe tapping notes the whole time. He is going to reach out to someone that he used to work with in the department who would have records, and just sends a quick message. Glacier High School, mid-70s, Tiffany.
Let me make a
With a
roll
question mark.
and a note. If I can spell. Okay, so you get a text back. Mid-70s, I've got 15 Tiffany's.
He replies back, violent crimes, question mark.
Accusations of, like, teachers hitting kids, but nothing big.
How many teachers named Tiffany?
No teachers named Tiffany.
He leaves it at that for now.
Okay.
So, Evelyn, let me go do some checking in the databases, see what I can find out. It might not be much, but let me just go do some looking. Go ahead and do some more talking about what needs to happen between now and when we go. I'll be back in a few. And she wants to go to the library and access the computer database.
Okay.
And she has potentially, if she needs to, she'll do some hacking.
Okay. The school is old enough that there's not a ton of records, but some of them did get updated. And they're clunky. We're talking, they got updated in the 80s when the computers started to become a thing.
Everything ran DOS.
Yeah. And I'm going to have you roll intelligence and investigation again. I believe your library in the safe house gives you a bonus.
I think that's correct. I'm trying to find it now.
I am also looking. Unfortunately, my bookmarks are not that thorough.
Any bonuses you would just add as a dice mod underneath the roll clear section.
Okay, it says edge dice. Is that what I'm looking at? Resolve in academics.
I will let you use either academics or investigation. Simply because you're dealing with old school records and you're pretty well versed in that.
Okay, I'm using academics then.
Okay, how many dots in the library do you guys have? I believe it was only one.
I'm showing I put 2 dots in.
Okay, so you're going to add 2 dice to your dice pool for using the safe house's library. I am not sure what just happened.
Apologies. I'll be right back.
I have 3 successes.
Okay, you are able to find that there are quite a few Tiffanys from that time period. Most of them are like pretty average. One of them seemed like a nerdy kid, really good grades, not a lot of social groups. Other than the grades, very unremarkable. And their name is Tiffany Harrison. Oh, did you add your desperation die to that dice pool?
I did not.
So you should roll a different color die that is your desperation die. So the desperation die is a shared dice pool that all of you have access to when rolling within your creed. And because you are of the Inquisitive Creed, this would tie in because you're doing like research.
So in this instance, you would uncheck all the boxes, and then you would just check the creed field and then roll. That's going to roll the one die that you're looking for.
That gives me a success.
Okay, so yeah, it looks like you find one report under that Tiffany Harrison of her claiming to be severely bullied. What didn't give any names of the bullies, not a real account of what happened, but whatever happened was enough that it warranted a 1970s faculty member to actually make a report on the bullying.
So like a note in her file that got digitized later?
Yeah.
Okay. So that wouldn't have been something that would have made it to law enforcement then?
No, because it was just a like school records type of situation.
Okay. And I can't get any other details as far as like deaths in or around the area. Anybody reported missing, anything like that?
No deaths at the school. You see that there are a couple police investigations for inappropriate actions with students. It all looks like teachers hitting kids or using some other form of like punishment that goes beyond what would have been allowed. But no deaths, no disappearances. And even Tiffany Harrison lived out a life to about 60 and died off campus in her home.
Which doesn't mean that she didn't wind up stuck reliving.
That's an assumption you could make.
It would just be an assumption, but I also don't have anything saying otherwise. Okay. I am going to return to the war room with that information.
As you come in to Jessica is finalizing like the details of the ritual of the releasing of Tiffany, and then once we have the anchor, we all have to in unison say this phrase, in the spirit of friendship, we release you. And hopefully, if she accepts our care and the connection to the anchor, will dissolve, and she'll be able to move on and not succumb to the darkness. And that's that.
How much have you been able to talk with Tiffany, Jessica?
Well, it was the first time when I went with my besties, and then I went back by myself a couple times and didn't get much chance to talk to her. It's hard to summon a spirit by yourself, and it's also hard to survive some of the more malcontent entities there. So I try not to linger.
What I was wondering, did you get any details about her personal life at all? Anything, even the smallest things?
Go ahead and roll me a wits. Jessica, go ahead and roll me a wits plus... There's not really a good thing for this. We'll call it awareness. Don't forget your this would not fall into your creed, so no desperation.
That would be 5 successes.
You remember the first thing she says to you every time you see her is, "Will you sign my yearbook?"
The most curious thing, like, she's really obsessed about this yearbook. She always asks, if I'd like to sign it.
And you remember the spectral image of her clutching you can't see what the book is, but it's clutched to her chest, but she's clutching a book.
Yeah. She seems really attached to that. I mean, I've never seen the book, but she seems to mime that she has it. I mean, finding a yearbook in a school, that might I don't know. I just remembered that too. I'm sorry.
Don't be sorry. These sorts of things can be like that. That might be something to keep in mind, though. If she's really attached to this yearbook, chances are good that's what we're looking for as an anchor. Not necessarily, but it's a thought. I also found one student in the correct general time frame who had a note put in her file by faculty saying she'd been bullied pretty badly. She had great grades, but I would say not very social. I think we can all kind of make some assumptions about that situation. And her name was Tiffany Harrison. The only thing is, I have a record of her living into her 60s and dying at home. It's worth a shot.
Jessica, you are the only one that's really versed in ghosts. So if you want, you can roll me an intelligence plus a occult to kind of draw on that knowledge.
Intelligence and what?
Occult.
Occult. Okay. I don't get to use my charisma in this. Oh no. That's one success.
You have heard that the location of the death isn't necessarily what can cause a spirit to be stuck somewhere. Sometimes it's an item, sometimes it's an event.
Yeah, I mean, it's possible. The location is sometimes very murky when it comes to like what anchors a ghost to material plane, but 60 years old, that would mean that she died recently. And I didn't get that sense when I met Tiffany a few years ago that she was.
Yeah, the ghost
departed.
was very clearly a teenager.
Yeah, she's a teenager. At least that's, yeah, how she saw herself.
Well, that's kind of what I'm wondering, but you said you met her quite some time ago.
Yeah, like, 2-3 years ago.
So, how recent is recent, do you suppose? I mean, would 10 years ago be too... I am confused about that. Do ghosts appear how they see themselves?
With one success, you are unsure of how that works.
I'm guessing. I mean,
so we don't really know if this is possible.
It could be. It's kind of murky. The stuff I've read hasn't really mentioned much of it. I was just assuming.
Well, it's not like we won't be able to ask, right? At least some parts.
Oh, for sure. As long as you guys got my back.
I mean, absolutely. I personally kind of am interested to see where this goes, and I'm not going to let anybody get hurt if I can help it.
That may be the trick, though, is that we're not well versed with ghosts, and this will be our first outing against them. So we'll be doing what we can. And you've clearly done your part. You've done your best to arm us as best you can. What can you tell me about how holy water affects ghosts?
Let's see, one success, you've done quite a bit of research. It would depend on both your belief and the spirit's belief. Because sometimes holding up a cross will work, But if you're not Christian and the ghost doesn't see that as a threat, it may not work.
Yeah, from what I understand, it's subjective. It really does work only if the two parties agree that it can work. If that makes any sense. I really believe that the power of Christ compels somebody to expel a demon, and then demon also believes that the power of Christ compels them to leave. Then it seems like that works. But if you go to a Buddhist demon, they're not gonna care.
Well, I doubt in an American high school we're going to encounter a Buddhist demon.
I mean, it is South Seattle, though, from the 70s and 80s.
You're not wrong about that. That's true. So, at least 50% points in our favor if we truly believe that holy water will work.
Possible. I mean, if you believe it's gonna work.
Well, I think it'll be a little easier for Draven. I had to look his name up. For Draven to work that, but I think we can make it work. At least as far as possible.
Yeah, Draven, being a Catholic, how do you feel about this whole confronting ghosts? Like, people that should be either in heaven or hell?
Well, he would probably be described as a lapsed Catholic, but he is aware that there's a department that takes care of things like this. But he wouldn't reach out that's more of an exorcism, which is demon related. This is releasing a ghost that's being bound somewhere.
So not too invasive on your beliefs, but still discomforting?
Very much so.
Sweet, sweet, sweet. All right. Any other information gathering you guys would like to do?
Not that I can think of, or at least nothing that I would be able to do anything with. My stuff's all underground.
Could we sell the ghost drugs?
Exactly. And if all we can find is a goody two-shoes who was bullied, probably not.
I mean, if you're looking for drugs, I hear there's this one thing called joy that might help.
True.
All right, so how's this work? You guys have assigned corners, or behind is there a couch? And we're in. Yeah, I mean, do you have a kitchen? I'm starving.
Draven looks it over at the backpack and the duffel bag. Are you moving in?
I just think, I was looking for a place to crash anyway, and since we're, working, I thought it was part of the gig.
I mean, it is a safe house.
So, off-board question. How many, bedrooms are in this house, and who all's actually living here?
So I would say there's probably 5 bedrooms, but one of them has been converted into this war room. And then, so there's a upper floor with the bedrooms, a ground floor that has the dining room, kitchen, and a, not quite a den, but it may have been a den at one point. and then a basement where I believe you guys had an armory set up.
And I think that's where the library was supposed to be, if I'm remembering correctly.
Yeah. The like huntery stuff is in the basement, and then like the living space would be on the second floor, and then like kitchen, dining room, living room on the ground floor. It's a fairly large house.
Yeah, I remember like the underground bunker was like a big thing.
Yeah.
And who's living here actively? So it would be like Connor?
Yes, and Connor and his father are out of town for a medical procedure that you got very little information. Basically just a sticky note on the fridge that says taking dad out for a procedure, be back sometime.
Okay.
All right. Which is not out of character for how Connor would communicate.
Also probably not terribly out of character for most hunters either.
Right.
Martin has his own apartment, so he's not there. Not living there.
Yeah, and same deal for Evelyn.
Same for Draven. She gets to pick whatever room she wants then.
Yeah, except for... So Connor's dad probably has the master.
Yeah.
And Connor's got one of the other bedrooms. So there's 2 bedrooms she can pick from.
Yep. And these are like tacky 70s guest rooms. like ugly bedspread, pictures on the wall that don't really match any of the other decor. A small like pine wood dresser, and that's about it.
I've slept in worse places.
Down the hall, there's a couple rooms. The master and the first one next to it are taken, but there's a couple that are open that you can crash in for a little while.
Right on, lit. You do that.
Okay. Do we have... I have some papers to grade, but do we have any other preparations we need to make?
I mean,
Nah, I'm good.
I'm good.
I'm assuming at some point, Jessica, you went and picked up the supplies you would need for the ritual.
But yeah, they're stuffed in the bag.
Okay. I figured, but did just want to clarify so that we don't get there and I get to pull the, well, you never went shopping card.
I had to raid my mom's cupboard, but she'll be fine.
There's an odd amount of nutmeg in the ritual.
It's something about that flavor that the ghost really ate. It's kind of like when you play the last 2 keys on a piano. They hate that too.
Yep.
All right, I need a quick bio break before we continue.
Sounds good.
So yeah, back in 5.
Excellent. We'll be back in 5. Hello, Watchers. Future Tim here again. While our hunters take a quick break, allow me a moment to express our gratitude. We love playing these games, and we love sharing them with you. You know liking this video and subscribing to the channel is good for us, but if you want to help even more, share this video with others, and if you have the means, you can contribute to our Patreon. Going that extra mile can help cover subscription costs, equipment, and snacks. All the costly gaming things that help us share more of our adventures with you, the Dahlia World Garden Collective. And now, back to Seattle Falling Tide.
All right, So, unless there's anything else going on, I think we're ready to head to Glacier High.
Yeah.
And I actually have fancy Roll20 stuff for that.
So, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, the vibe here is really kind of Nightmare on Elm Street-ish.
This place does not pass the vibe check. Got it.
But, I mean, it's already on this page, so we might as well use it. This is Jessica.
Bye.
Ah.
And you find yourselves outside of what is clearly an abandoned high school. There's some do not trespass signs, fences that have been like thoroughly cut holes in. In some places the fence is just straight up knocked down. And yeah, you are outside of Glacier High. What time of day do you guys go?
It will have been at Jessica's direction. So what was her plan?
So, we're dealing mostly with like a lunar cycle here. And since the Earth is round, the moon can be seen during the day. So it doesn't really matter. As long as we kind of hit this, I'll be honest, nighttime scared the hell out of us. I did spooky. Which I'm down for.
So probably late afternoon, early evening then.
So pre or post dusk?
Pre,
We'll
I
go
would
free.
think.
Okay. So yeah, you get a pretty good
Pre-noon.
view pre-noon. Yeah, if you go while the sun's up, you get a good view of what is a large brick building. There's a couple like smaller buildings off to the sides, but it looks like any old high school that you would have seen. Nothing screams ghosts inside about this place. But does anywhere really?
But it screams more potential squatters and graffiti artists.
There's graffiti on the outside, but not as much as you would expect.
All right. Well, do you want to lead the way, Jess, or?
I mean, yeah, help, yeah. With you, fam,
So we
let's
need
do
to
it.
find. We need to find the anchor first.
We can certainly search around. I mean, that's a great idea. We go in there, we search around. There's that door. I've gotten into that a few times. I mean, sometimes it gets locked by whoever still maintains this place, but it's not hard to get around, and no one really cares.
Okay. So we go through there then?
I'll do it.
We should head to the office first.
I would agree.
All
So,
right.
getting inside the school, it is locked. You are going to have to do some work to get inside.
Larceny.
I will make an attempt. Unless-
How are you going about getting inside? Are you picking a lock, jimmying a door, just straight up kicking the door in, breaking in through a window, looking for a pre-broken window?
Martin would probably look for a pre-broken window.
Just going to roll a percentage. You see a few of them, but they all appear to be on the second floor. Looks like people have thrown rocks at the windows. Well,
Naturally.
thrown something.
I'd like to either try jimmying the door that Jessica pointed to, or picking the lock.
Okay, so if you jimmy the door, it's going to be strength plus larceny. If you try to pick the lock, it's going to be dexterity plus larceny.
I guess I'll go ahead and just pick the lock, and it falls in my creed, so I will use my desperation point as well.
Excellent.
Die. Okay, so I have 2 successes and 1 large flame.
Okay, so that's a total of 3 successes. The large flame only count if it's in 2s. So
Okay.
if you were to roll 2 large flames, that counts as it's a crit, so that would be 4 successes. If you were to roll 4 large flames, it would be 8 successes.
Okay.
So for
I have
every
3
2,
successes.
you get an extra 2 dice, or 2 successes.
Got it.
Okay,
So 3 this
yeah.
time.
You pull out whatever tools you have on hand and are easily able to pick the lock. It feels like this has been done before. You see scrape marks on the lock. You can feel that it's not as rusted and locked up as you would expect a, 40-year-old door to be.
Seems like people come through here fairly often.
Yeah, like I said, no one cares about this place. They just kind of go through the motions. But honestly, you did a really good job on that lock.
Yeah,
Okay.
Evelyn did make picking that
Okay.
lock look easy.
Lucky, you can just give me some tips, because I don't know how to do that.
Yeah, why does a professor know how to pick a lock?
We're not talking about that. Come on, let's go. And yeah, I'll give you some tips later, Jessica.
All right, you find yourself in the front entry hallway of Glacier High School. To your right is the office area, and then further down the hallway, it looks like it opens up into a larger space.
Yeah, the layout for this place isn't too different from my school. But if I remember correctly, office is down over there. Classrooms, gymnasium, and cafeteria down that way. But Dreaming, you wanted to take a look at the office.
Yeah, and Jessica, you would know that open area is the cafeteria.
So let's you want to go by the office? Let's take a look at the office. Draven.
If it's right here, let's start there, and then another reasonable place to look might be the library if we don't find anything in the office.
I also want to point out there is almost no graffiti in here. It's dirty and abandoned. You see broken glass, you see dirt, debris, but no signs that people have been squatting here or teenagers have been breaking in and partying or whatnot. It just looks abandoned.
Martin is visibly uncomfortable by all of this.
That is weird.
Seeing the difference between the outside and the inside. He already knows, or he already feels like something is up. Also, I wanted to quickly check how Sense the Unnatural works.
Ooh, I thought one of you had that, but I could not remember.
It is I. Yeah, he not only has Sense the Unnatural, he has Precision. So he can pinpoint exactly where it is, or who it is.
Awesome. So, that should have a dice pool attached to it. Go ahead and roll that for me. And I believe when you're using perks that you get to use your desperation because they're inherently part of your creed. Let me, while you're putting your dice pool together, double check that. That's wrong.
Yeah. Yeah, so I have no occult and 2 wits.
Nice.
I got 1 success.
Okay, you and you alone, as you guys approach the office, hear what sounds like a group of teenagers go, ooh. And not like not like ghostly wails, but like, ooh, you're going to the principal's office.
Okay, so weird sounds already. Did anyone else hear that?
Hear what?
No, I didn't hear anything.
Right. Good to know. Never mind.
Just in case somebody else is in here. Draven pulls out a gun that looks like it was probably dropped in a river at one point. It is the jankiest looking gun beam weapon with an extra clip in it that you could imagine. And on the side where you would normally see something about the gun, it's like somebody took steel wool and a chisel and just...
So, Draven?
Yeah.
How do you get a gun like that?
Long story. The great thing is, though, when I'm done with it, I can just toss it.
It certainly looks like it. It looks like it's been tossed a few times already. You sure you trust that thing not to, like, misfire or do something bad?
Oh, I took care of that.
All right, well, you know your gun.
Okay, so it looks like you only get your desperation dice if what you're doing falls under your creed. So your perk may not fall under your creed.
Okay, that's okay, because the success did not come from the that
Okay.
one.
In this case, if I remember right, you were inquisitive, correct?
For creed, no, I'm underground.
Underground. I would say that this would fall under because you're kind of doing stealth. You're like noticing and trying to keep an eye out while moving through this place. So I would have allowed the desperation.
Cool. Okay. Unfortunately, it didn't roll.
But yeah, inside the office, it looks in the same condition as that hallway. Debris, dirt, broken glass, some broken tables, but not... You see some graffiti, but it's either half finished or just very bad.
I guess we look around, see if we can find anything that might relate back to Tiffany.
Yep. Evelyn is going to start looking in desk drawers, filing cabinets for anything that remotely looks like a yearbook, to include going all the way into the principal's office, assuming it's not locked. And if it's locked, she'll fix that.
Okay.
Or try to, anyway.
Draven is looking for anything that looks like map that would have indicated where things are located.
Yeah, easily. Inside the office, on a wall right next to the door you walk through, is a big map of the school. It's one of the fire exit maps.
Anything on there marked for student groups?
No.
Yearbook committee?
No, there's this is literally just outline of the building with the fire line through it, and then cafeteria, classrooms, gymnasium.
Martin is gonna go digging around in the front office, where the admin sits, the administrative secretaries and stuff.
Okay. While you're digging around there, and Evelyn is walking around looking for stuff, you see a door marked record. The sign is crooked, like it's like someone had tried to rip it off and failed. And I want all of you that are searching for information. You're all searching for information on the yearbook.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and roll me intelligence and investigation.
I crit, which brings me to 4 successes.
Ooh.
I have 4 successes and an exclamation point on my desperation die.
That's fun.
I don't know what that means.
So that means that you have either overreached or you will fall into despair. In this case, I'm going to alter the rules a little bit, and I'm actually going to raise your desperation as you are frantically searching. So your desperation is now at 2.
Is that for everyone?
Yeah, so the desperation pool is a shared dice pool. I know you've played Vampire the Masquerade. Think of it as like your hunger dice, but more beneficial to you.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
But instead of it being a personal pool, everyone shares the desperation pool.
It adds
I
to
have
your
a question about dice.
Okay.
Good.
So does the dice pool work that it is canceling out? So if you roll a success and on another die you roll nothing, they cancel each other out, and you want to just retain the successes? Or do the nothing doesn't count for anything?
Nothing doesn't count for anything. It's just a roll under a success.
Yeah. So each success is a success that you count, and there's degrees of success with that. You can also, if you really want to succeed and you didn't roll any successes, you can spend a willpower to re-roll 3 dice that are not the desperation dice. And the desperation dice, unlike rage and hunger dice, they are not a part of your dice pool. They are in addition to your regular dice pool. So they don't replace dice. They are actually on top of what you normally roll, giving the hunter a little bit of an advantage on that. It kind of balances out.
Oh, okay.
Got
so
it.
the VTM equivalent would be blood buffing.
Yeah. You could look at it like that.
Yeah, it's just, you have to roll a hunger dice when you blood buff.
Right. Yeah.
I believe I rolled a crit.
Excellent.
So 2 of the big flames, so that would equal 4.
Yep.
Oh, damn. That means
That's all I rolled.
Successes, not 4.
It was blanks on everything and 2 big flames.
Yeah. So the 2 big flames is a crit. And then so for every crit, you get an extra 2 successes.
Okay. So I guess I got a 4 on that attempt.
So Martin, you said you got 3 instead of 4?
No, that means I got 6 total because I got 2 flames and 2 big flames, 2 little flames.
Yeah, so that would be 6. And they stack. So like 4 big flames would be a total of 8 successes. But 3 big flames is still only 1 crit and a regular success.
Gotcha. So yeah, 6 total successes.
Okay. All right, you guys are actually able to make me look at my notes to see what you find. Should we wait for Cindy while she's doing food stuffs?
She's coming back right now.
Okay. All right. What was your success total, Cindy?
4.
Okay, so between all of you, you're able to find in the record room a log of a donation that happened. It actually appears after the school was closed, but not while the school had closed and there was talk of it being reopened. And there was a donation of a few items from students that had either moved away or passed on. And listed under that donation is a single yearbook. But the location that it was placed is not listed.
So a donation like that would usually go in a trophy case or a display in the library.
Yeah, but it says this was after the school closed, so why put it on display?
You have a point, and that could mean that it's in a storage room somewhere. Who knows?
Oh, goody.
We should all split up. I just wanted to see if Sleepy was going to have panic on his face.
Panic? No. Joy? Yes.
Yeah, see, I don't
Fred?
man.
I'll take the boiler room without a flashlight. No, no.
I've been running games since I was 12. I love when you split the party.
This entire building is a storeroom, essentially.
You're not wrong.
Let's start with the cabinets. Maybe we'll get lucky.
You wanted to start which cabinets? What?
If this is a standard layout, I went to a school that looked exactly like this building if it wasn't abandoned. It's probably display cases down the main hallway, and there's probably a couple in the cafeteria.
All right.
Fair places to start, I guess.
I'm going to make a dice roll real quick. Okay. Where are you headed?
Other entities have been keeping the yearbook from her. And we're still assuming it's a yearbook. It wouldn't make sense for it to be in the cafeteria where she is.
I mean, there's the gym is fairly a big place, and there's a lot of nasty stuff there. I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't try and get the ritual started in the cafeteria at some point, but need to find the anchor first.
Yeah. What if they're trying to keep it out of reach? They might put it somewhere unsuspecting too, like maybe on top of a locker set or on top of a high shelf in one of the storage rooms.
Could even be in a locked locker.
Exactly.
Is there a record of lockers and who held them?
Yes, but for every year. From, 1960 whatever to when it closed in the 80s.
Yeah, we ain't got time for that.
We only need to search 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
This is true, but that's still how many students? Thousands?
It's probably alphabetical. We only need to look at the H's.
True.
Well, I mean,
If we've got the right girl.
I don't think the 60-year-old woman doubts. But we know that their name's Tiffany, and so like what there was. I don't know, like, how many Tiffany's could there be?
Hundreds.
Well, I guess we need to find out then.
I don't know. The first Tiffany I met was a ghost, so.
Let's start digging.
Yeah.
Look, if we each take a couple of years, we'll figure it out.
Yeah, fair point.
All right, so all of you can make me a intelligence and investigation, and this is going to determine how long it takes you to find Tiffany's locker.
That was intelligence investigation again?
Yeah.
I have 6 successes.
Holy shit.
I've got 1, and it makes sense that you're a teacher. You like these things.
I got 3 and I overreached.
Ooh. Okay.
I got 1 success, but then on the desperation die, I also got a success.
Wait.
That's fine.
Okay, I am going to raise the danger to 2 with that overreach. I feel like it's a little early for despair. All right. So, after about 20 minutes of searching, you're able to find where Tiffany's locker was. But in doing so, Martin manages to knock over an entire filing cabinet, and all of you hear snickering.
From any particular direction?
Seems like it's coming from everywhere.
Oh, that's not fucking creepy at all.
We have an audience.
This very much sounds like, teenagers laughing at you doing something dumb.
Jazia rolls up her sleeves a bit. Kind of shakes off the goosebumps. Did we give her last name? But maybe if we found her locker, we probably found her whole name.
Yeah, Tiffany Harrison.
It's so weird.
If she donated the yearbook to the school for display, it meant something to her. And so even after she passed, that may have been the favorite part of her life.
Yes, it's possible.
Dying.
All right, well, so locker is down the hall here?
Yep. Yeah, it looks like it's quite a ways down the hall. You'll have to take a couple turns to get there.
As we walk out of the office, I turn around and say I'm not shouting it, but I say it in a clear voice. Queen Anne High School rules.
You hear, just barely hear booing. Like you would hear at like the homecoming game with a rival school.
Please don't piss them off.
Okay, so we head for the locker.
All right, as you all walk out into the hallway, the locker bank closest to you, every single locker violently flings itself open, and the doors kind of like shake back and forth and rattle, and then close.
Let's
Mark,
go.
That's weird.
Martin is surprisingly unimpressed by this. He's like, I'm just getting the vibe of a bunch of teenagers being assholes. This isn't spooky to me now.
What did we say about not pissing them off?
Huh?
It'd be taking it much, much worse.
Let's keep going.
Yeah, that happens a couple more times as you make your way down. Lockers bursting open, trash cans kind of like when I say exploding, I don't mean like in a ball of fire, like Michael Bay style. I mean like the stuff in them goes flying up into the air. Just like what you would assume sounds like basic poltergeist activity. Other than Jessica, none of you would actually know. But so far, it seems harmless.
Maybe we're being warned at least.
Evelyn is watching local piles of glass. If they start moving, so will she.
Yeah, no, mostly just like trash cans exploding, what's left of posters getting ripped off the walls, lockers opening, banging on like classroom doors as you pass them.
Jessica just unsheaths the knife and just holds it as she walks down the hall, using it
While
to keep...
holding the knife, the lockers and trash cans near you, like within like a 10-foot radius of you, don't react.
What I thought. All right.
Seeing that, Evelyn will pull hers and just kind of nonchalantly carry it, not necessarily threatening because she doesn't want anybody to trip and impale themselves, but yeah, kind of beside her, at her side.
Yeah, and
Martin will do the same.
You all feel uncomfortable. Like you feel like something is about to happen. The moment the multiple knives came out, there's like a tension in the air that you can feel.
Let's get to that locker. I don't like this.
All right.
I don't either now.
You make it to Tiffany's locker, and you see an apparition standing in front of it. Hold on.
He's got a knife.
That's not a knife.
All right, and standing in front of the locker is a ghostly teenage girl, and clutched to her chest is some sort of book. And she turns around and says, "Jennifer, you came back. Are you going to sign my yearbook this time?" And that's where we're going to end for the night.
Shit.
Ah!
No, that's great.
I'm a big fan of cliffhangers, by the way.
Oh, they're the best. They're the best.
You're killing me.
I do want to give props to our resident artists who have helped with the art and all of that, and Tim for putting together all the backgrounds.
Oh, you're welcome.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, this is Tim again. Sorry, not Jessica. It's been a pleasure working on this stuff in the background. So I love it. And I will probably get Cammy's artwork integrated into Roll20 as well soon. Still has a few more steps to go with the post-production stuff. But yeah, it looks really good. I had a chance to look at it just a moment ago.
Sweet. Yeah, I saw the character art. Very happy with it. Make sure Cammy knows that I'm happy with it and that it is fucking awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
My partner is giving the thumbs up and the okay sign.
Good to see.
Busy helping people figure out everything that I've buried, stuff like that. Hope they don't.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll pick back up with you meeting whoever this ghost is.
yeah, we've got the next session mapped out on the calendar, so we're all good there. And we'll probably try to figure out a third meeting. Yeah, we'll just talk about that on the server.
Sweet.
Sounds good to me.
Sounds good.
All
Excellent.
right. I also want to thank all of you. It was a blast watching you interact with each other and the little bit that I put together for you.
Oh, I'd say tonight was fun.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm worried about that 2 danger already, though.
Me too.
Yep.
Rolling desperation dice is dangerous.
It has its risks.
Double-edged
help.
sword.
I probably will have some other outcomes than the 2 listed for when you roll the overreach. Because otherwise your danger is going to be at 5 very soon.
Maybe.
That's true. Maybe things go in your favor.
Never know. I got a knife. Could help. I actually
Just
did
threaten the
place
dice.
knife on this. Yeah, just for sure. All right, it's my favorite knife. All right. Well, thank you everybody for hanging out and playing Hunter with us, and we'll play again soon. And for all of you out there watching, if you want to continue watching more stuff, there's plenty. There's going to be links on the end page. So get you all next time.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night.